Connecting the Aura 8 and Aura 5 or Aura Lite boards, you have a few different options, and the easiest method is just using a small TDMX receiver like this one here. You'll take your ground, power, and S-bus and just connect these into the port B of the Aura system. So I've already got the Aura system configured on the computer for FrSky. I'm not going to show any of the PC setup of this, but let's get these plugged in here. And it can be a little fidgety with 3 cables, but you can use a servo extension to make it a little bit easier. And with those plugged in, I've already got this receiver registered and bound up. So I will power up the Aura system with a battery, 2S battery. And so you can see here with just the S-bus from the TDMX, the Aura system is able to detect the FrSky signal and pass through the controls to the servos. If you want to have a little more redundancy than just a TDMX, you can use a TDR18 and set the pin 1 as S-bus in, and then you can run again the S-bus from your TDMX into the pin 1 that you set for the TDR18. So I'm going to do that now. Plug those in there. And again, the TDR18 is already bound up and registered. So I will plug the channel 18 into port B now. And power both of these up through the Aura system.
Telemetry recovered.
And now to set the pin modes of the TDR18, I'll go into the model setup, RF system, go down to my TDR18, options. For the pin 1, I'll change that to S-bus in, which is the S-bus coming out of the TDMX and into the TDR18. And then for the Aura connection, I'll go down to pin 18 and I'll change this one to S-bus out. And now again, you can see that the TDR18 is sending S-bus out into the Aura system. And now I also have a secondary TDMX receiver feeding S-bus into the TDR18, which gives additional antenna coverage for your model. The third way that you can set up even more redundancy than this is to have 3 receivers set up through an RB25 system. And again, it's a very similar process. So I'll unplug the Aura system and the TDR18. And in this case, I'm just going to demonstrate it with 2 TDMXs. So I've got the one TDMX going into RX1 SP. I'll plug the second TDMX going into the RB25, And since the RB25 supports FBus protocol, I'm going to just change out my SBus connection for smart port. And I'll connect this one into RX2. And then again, I'm just going to connect pin 18 into the Aura system. Pin 18 is here actually. And you would normally just put a third TDMX receiver into the RX3 by the same method with the smart port. So I will plug now the RB25 system.
Telemetry recovered.
And to set the pin assignments for the TDMXs, I'll go to the first TDMX options, and I will change the telemetry port to FBus mode. In this case, it's already set to FBus. And for the second TDMX, I'll do the same. And again, in this case, I've already set it to FBus. When you change it to FBus, you do need to restart the receiver. And as you can see right now, I do not have any control being passed through into the Aura system. And now the last thing you need to do is go into the RB25 config, page over to the next page, and assign your channel 18 output to SBus. Then power cycle the unit.
Telemetry lost. Telemetry recovered.
And you can see now that I have, in this example, 2 TDMXs going in to the RB25 with FBus and SBus coming out of the TDMX, of the RB25 going into the Aura system. And I just have a secondary or third servo here connected. This one is just directly connected to the RB25 system to show that the servos plugged into the Aura will have the stabilization, and any of the servos plugged into the RB25 will not have stabilization.